My project is an injury risk prevention app. In essence, it's a project that takes in inputs from the user about like various information that an athlete would use and or how much you play, any recent injuries, how old you are, height, weight, gender, like along those lines. It then takes that information using a prompt we created like that makes it kind of like a doctor-ish person. It can then tell you.
Hey, Ozair, I'm so sorry to interrupt you right now. Can you start again? There were some internet issues and I couldn't hear you properly. So we'll
Okay,
start
cool.
from the. Thank you.
Okay, so this is my project is an injury risk prevention app. Basically, it's a project that takes in various inputs about like a typical athlete, like how many your training plan, how intense you are, what position you play, age, gender, weight, height, things along those, like recent injuries. And then it takes in that input, and then we gave it a prompt, which is like to help give us an injury risk and prevention plan. And so then it does give you the injury risk and prevention plan. It tells you like a training plan, should you be playing, should you be resting, what exercises would be good for preventing that specific injury. And then it'll also finish off by giving you an injury risk, how likely you are to get injured. And then it kind of gives you something to do with that information.
Okay.
That's basically what a project does.
Okay.
The main problem is that most amateur athletes or like semi-pro, not like the top level athletes, they don't have access to doctors on a day-to-day basis. So if I feel some like knee pain or some ankle pain, I'm not going to go all the way to the doctor just for that, like a professional would. So we try to figure out a way to make sure it's accessible for everybody, that they can easily get some medical advice that would help, I guess, give them some guidance on medical advice, essentially. Some people aren't willing to afford it, and some people just don't want, like, I don't want to go all the way to the doctor because I have some knee pain. I'm like too busy for that. And so then this is like an easier alternative.
Understood. Okay, got it. That sounds interesting. But
oh, thank you. We chose this problem because all of us in our group, including our mentor, played a sport, and we've all kind of had injuries before. Like I broke my wrist last year, and then I went to the doctor for that, but I didn't really know like exactly what to do when I first broke my wrist, or I sprained my ankle. I don't really know what to do. And so that kind of motivated me to create this project to help others who are in a similar situation as me, who maybe not playing at like professional level, but just want some help to guide them through, at any sport, everybody gets injured. You can't prevent that. You can try to mitigate the risk.
Understood.
Okay. Basically, I kind of already explained this. Our product takes various inputs, and then it gives you back some, information on what you can do and how to prevent it. And then it can be used from anyone from beginner to advanced athletes.
Okay.
Advanced athletes can use it, but it's more tailored towards your like youth athletes because they don't have access to this sort of stuff. But most like professional athletes have access to doctors on 24/7 basis.
Got it. This is useful, man. This is useful for the people that are just starting, that are beginners. So yeah, good idea. Continue.
Okay. So basically, our workflow is we gather data. First, we gather some data on inputs. What would you usually use for since we played sports, we kind of already knew this. We did some more research on what we should put in. And then we used Google Colab to get the API and generative, AI, and then kind of create like the framework of our program. And then we also build our prompt using some research on what, how we should frame that so it best helps the user. And then we move it onto VS Code so we can easily connect it to Streamlit and build a UI, which then Streamlit to build a UI. And then we find this code, GitHub, and Streamlit to deploy our app, because you have to have it like on both ends. We had some difficulties, so we had to do, I guess, kind of make sure it works on both ends, so it's properly deployed.
Okay, got it. By the way, I have a question. Was there any reason that you used Streamlit specifically?
Well, it was one we found. Our mentor told us it was the one that had the best user interface, more easier to use, and it looks nice, and it has like drop-down menus and different options to help create a better user interface.
Okay, understood.
It was kind of what we decided as a group would be the best. There are many options, but it was one we decided that was the best for our project. And then, so this is basically the tech stack. We used Colab, then we did VS Code, implemented Python, VS Code and Streamlit to build the UI, and then GitHub to deploy the app.
Okay.
and all the code is written in Python. We use the data from the inputs. This is basically the same kind of thing I've been saying for the most part.
Okay, got it. By the way, do you have any previous coding experience before?
A little bit. I've coded before this, yes, but not like advanced, but I have.
And what languages are you familiar with?
Mainly Python. At least that's what and I'm in like an AP computer science class right now, and we're
Okay,
currently learning going deep in Python. And so I feel more comfortable in Python compared to other languages, but I have worked in Java before.
that's interesting. Anyways, okay, let's continue.
So this is kind of our application. We're thinking of mainly using this for like athletes and parents, but our long-term goal would be for this to be used by sports clubs, like youth sports clubs, and like we all play in a club. Most of us play in like some sort of club, and our future usage would be to make kind of send it to the directors and stuff like that, and hope we can get this out where people can actually use this. Like it's an actual thing, like not just for friends and family. Like if we can get it to like if I send it to my team, maybe my team could use it, and that's kind of how we kind of want to scale this upwards, and then
Oh,
hopefully expand using the same thing, expand it to not just sports and make it to like kind of most not people get injured without playing sports. So that would kind of be where we're kind of
oh,
applying this, and that's where we're kind of looking to go. Really, that's what we would be looking to go with this. Like right here, you can see we're trying to talk to our coaches and directors, sporting directors, and implementing this, within our own programs and clubs.
definitely, I would love for it to be implemented somewhere, for sure.
And I think a lot of the clubs would be nice to help out. It would be nice for them to help out someone within their own club building their program.
Yes, it would definitely be helpful, for sure.
Okay. I already have it open.
Yeah.
Did I run
Uh,
through this?
nicely presented, by the way. I like the theme of the presentation, nice slides. So yeah, good work on this.
Thank you. Okay. Let me fill this out with my own information. So you
Yeah,
guys see
take your time.
at the age is 15.
By the time that you're doing that, I spoke to your mentor and he had some compliments for you. He told that you were very, like your ideas was something that were very creative and something that you are passionate about. So yeah, obviously works in your favor and something that can be applied practically. So yeah, he
It's
was,
easy to build things when you already like it's easy to build like this when you already know most of it. Like it's already something kind of like the back of your hand. I know all this stuff already. I just had to put my ideas onto like the code and make it actually come to life. But I already had it all in my. It's easy when you're already passionate about what you're doing.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And to be implemented practically, that is something else. I mean, like your theme as well about with the presentation, putting efforts in that, that shows that you are passionate about this.
Thank you.
Yes. What would your review about the mentor be like?
I really enjoyed my mentor. I feel like, especially since he also played sports, we could really relate on that. And he was very helpful in understanding with schoolwork and things that came up. We were like pretty flexible with it. And then he also taught me a lot about, Streamlit, and we had some technical difficulties which he helped me work through as well. So I definitely like my mentor. He was really
That
nice.
that's good. I'm glad to hear that. And what about the instructor-led sessions? How do you feel about them?
They were good. They like the framework and the ground basing for the mentor-led sessions. Because I understood like what an API is and how the AI works and how it's like the data and inputs, and it kind of like it helped me like I guess get like the foundation of like the rest of the project.
Understood. Got it. Nice. Glad to hear that as well. By the way, something off topic. I want to start watching football. How do I start? I mean, there are various leagues that we have, and so I don't know where to start. Could you give me some guidance regarding that?
I think if I had to say where to start, I would start by watching the Champions League because it's like multi leagues, and then from
Okay.
there you can kind of see which teams you like watching the most, and then start watching that league. If And then obviously the World Cup coming up, and that's like where most people get in. That's why I got into soccer, watching the World Cup at first when I was
Uh,
younger.
when was your first World Cup? Which year was
First
your
one I
first
actually
World
paid attention to was 2018, but that's why I got into watching soccer. It was 2018. I watched the World Cup. I really liked watching Messi, and then season after that, I watched Messi, and then I supported the team he played for. That's kind of
Cup? Understood. Understood.
where
Nice. Thank you for that, man. I'll definitely start watching it. Sure. Is the demonstration ready with you?
Yeah, I'm just filling out. I'm almost done filling out this information.
Sure, sure. Take your time.
Okay. I've had some difficulty with the API key. It keeps saying data leaked, so it doesn't. It
I'm
says like
sorry.
something, and we kind of.
I'm sorry, couldn't hear you.
You're
Can you
cutting.
repeat that?
Oh yeah. The only thing I'm having difficulty with is the API key because I have to keep like creating a new one. For some reason, it says some stuff about like it says like it's like running out or something. So that's the only error we've had in this program, but everything else is run pretty smooth.
That's nice. That's nice. I'll take a look at the demonstration right now. Sure. Take your time filling out the
Okay.
form.
Generated. Let me. Oh, I didn't realize I was sharing that. One sec. I thought I was sharing while I was filling it out. Let me. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no issues, man.
All right. Let me go through this for a second. Athlete names was there. Age is 15. Gender is male. You can see all the different various inputs. We have plus and minus there. We have some drop-down menus. That's why we use Streamlit because it's very easy. And you can have some text inputs, drop-down menu. I forgot what this input is called, but it's like when you increase the numbers. And then some other stuff, just things like a normal sports athlete would use. And then basically, if I do like that, it'll do a little loading thing, processing your data. And it takes like around a minute and a half to process your data. And then from there, it'll kind of give you your risk factors and stuff like that. And then, yeah, this is why we use Streamlit basically because it has like this circle. It's just kind of easy to use. It's like very,
Mhm.
I guess Streamlit
Understood.
itself is user friendly.
Nice UI, by the way. I like how
Yeah.
simple and looks nice.
I was considering adding some photos of like different sports to the side. So I that's like kind of thing I want to do, but I also have to worry about the copyright and all. Okay,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
basically,
That would definitely be useful. Okay, continue.
so it says my interest level is high because of growth spurt. I said my knees are hurting, and so now it's kind of going along that route.
Hmm?
It says history of previous injuries active. It's basically giving me like it's giving me why it's saying I have high risk injury factor. And I didn't do that high detail. Usually I'd be like more detailed, but it doesn't sound important right now. And so this is a lot of information. And then it kind of gives you some recommendations. So it says focus on ankle stability, hip strength, knee control, dynamic warm up, hip glute strengthening, and then it gives you when and why as well. And it gives you like many different things. And then you can just kind of if you want to read through it, you can, but it's a lot of information for some. I mean, it's only relevant to somebody who like is actually going through the injury. And then it
Okay,
kind of does give you a kind of like a day-to-day plan. Like on Monday in the morning, you do this, and afternoon you just do that.
that's nice.
And then I had to make it so that it kind of like it plans your own practices. And so then yeah, basically just kind of after practice, morning, is how do you like manage that? Because then I'll have to put in practice plans, so we can factor that into the plan, and then game day plans, recovery rest. That's basically it. It basically has day to day, why it's injury risk, and then what you should kind of be doing to help recover that.
Okay. You have used this, right? Has this been helping you? How has it helped you?
Yes, because then I know like I'm taking my knee pain, then it says like, hey, maybe you should take a rest, or maybe you should miss a practice, or you should do this warm up, and you should maybe do this stretches in the morning, and then using that, it can help me make sure that I don't get injured again or further. Most people want to play in the games, so they want to try to like, how can I recover by the game? And it's kind of helped me through that, especially since I am having knee pain right now. So it's
Okay.
definitely.
All right. All right. Nice. Overall, nicely demonstrated, man.